Hey Subbies, I am really excited to share with you my thoughts on the Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life video game. I have mine for the PS5 and I have really been enjoying this game because it is a remake of the GameCube version, Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life and Harvest Moon, Another Wonderful Life combined, because on Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life and Harvest Moon, Another Wonderful Life, those were the only ways to be able to play as a male and female character by playing on the two separate games, whereas in Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life, you can play as male, female, or non-binary. And I really love the customization that you get with this remake because you can customize your character's hairstyle, your character's eye color, your character's skin tone, and your character's name and their pronouns, whether it's he, him, she, her, or they, them. And I have really been enjoying this game, and the artwork on the disc is absolutely beautiful. I've really been enjoying this game, and I'm already through the first year of the game, and it's been an absolutely amazing experience. I love how it's a very easy to understand game, that it's very relaxed and you don't feel that you're rushed with completing different tasks. Once you start the game and your character enters from the city, they are tasked with rebuilding their father's farm because they had sent a note to the father's friend, Takagora, who was willing to help them out because he had helped the character's father out when they were starting out on the farm. And it is a pretty rough looking farm in the beginning, but it can get really nice looking with a lot of time and patience put into it. You can have chickens, you can have a horse, cows, goats, and a sheep, as well as some ducks when you input a pond. I love how with this game that it makes it very enjoyable to be able to enjoy the life on the farm, whether it comes to planting crops, harvesting them, and knowing what seasons to be able to plant them in so that you can plant the seeds accordingly without the crops withering before the time to harvest. And the really nice thing that I really enjoyed learning about planting the crops is that once your crops are ready to be harvested, it's a lot easier to use this sickle to harvest the fully grown crop, so then the soil will be flat so that you can then re-till the soil to be able to grow your next set of crops. The things that I found most important and beneficial when it comes to planting crops is to check on the different bags of seeds that you want to purchase, whether they're from Vesta's farm or whether you've had some seeds and you weren't sure what seasons to grow them in. You can check on the different seed bags in your inventory to know what seasons are best for growing each one of the seeds, and it's nice to also check out on Vesta's farm what crops they have growing, which can really give you some inspiration on what some of the best crops are to be growing in that season. When you have livestock like the cows, they can be milked twice a day. So I like milking them in the morning so that in the evening I can milk them again. And it's very important to take good care of your animals. With the cows, I make sure that I always brush them, feed them, and snuggle them so that I can get the highest grade, which is S quality milk. And that also helps then when you make it into different products, like using it in cheese or butter, that'll become high quality as well. One thing I really like is that a nice way to be able to make a good amount of money is when you harvest your crops that have grown in your fields. I like using the second plot of land because the soil is a lot better. And I use fertilizer on them twice a day so that they will become the best quality of crop. And after I had befriended Daryl by giving him a fish twice a day, because some characters you can give a gift to twice a day instead of just once, that once you've befriended him and you go into his house, he will gift you a seed maker. So it is a lot more beneficial to befriend him to get the seed maker than to buy it from the ledger, which I was really happy to have learned. And once you use the seed maker by putting the different seeds in, by harvesting your crops and you're putting the crops into the seed maker, after the time has elapsed to where the seeds are able to be retrieved from the seed maker, that they will sell for a lot more money than just selling the crops, which I was really happy to have found that out. And one of my other favorite pieces of advice that I've learned is that if you visit the harvest sprites up in their tree every day by eating one of the toadstool mushrooms that are there in front of the tree by the harvest goddess Spring, that you will enter into their home in the tree stump. And if you talk to the harvest sprite in the red hat once a day, they will give you a new recipe every day to be able to add it to your recipes that your character can prepare. My favorite ways of making money in the Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life, are helping at the dig site. And the nice thing that I really enjoyed learning about working at the dig site is that if you go there at 10 a.m. when you're able to start helping out at the dig site, when Carter and Flora go into the dig site area and you go to talk to them when they're in there after 10 o'clock, and you spend your time digging in one section of the dirt, that you will increasingly find better and better items. I have found a few of the gold utensils, which I was really happy to have found, because they sell for 1,000 gold each when you sell them to Van when he visits on the 3rd and the 8th of every month. So I like making sure that I can gather things like milk from the cows, wool from the sheep, eggs from the chickens, fish from the different lakes and the bodies of water around the area, as well as being able to sell the different crops that I've turned into seeds with the seed maker to Van when he visits on the 3rd and the 8th of every month, have really been extremely helpful in being able to make a lot of money quickly when playing the Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life. And the different bachelors and bachelorettes that you can marry are Matthew, who used to be called Marlin in Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life and Harvest Moon, Another Wonderful Life, is now called Matthew. He was a quintessential greaser type, and while they've ditched the old school's aesthetic in favor of a more modern form of brooding, Matthew didn't manage to get any less creepy just because he's changed his name and hairstyle. As you get to know him, Vesta and Cecilia, you will quickly learn that Matthew has some complicated feelings for Cecilia. Possibly the character that's changed the most from the original race of A Wonderful Life on GameCube. Gordy is the trim blonde athletic artist living in a trailer that's not even as big as his current sculpture. And just how does he make those sculptures? Easy. He punches the metal. And while we certainly applaud him for this unconventional creativity, his penchant for punching gets in the way of making friends with him. When Gordy isn't using his hands for art, he's usually crossing them instead, and he won't take presents from you if his arms are crossed. Just let us love you, Gordy. Namie. For those who like something of a challenge when it comes to dating, Namie is a tough nut just waiting to be cracked. A traveler spending her time meandering through the valley and soaking up all it has to offer. She lives a pretty solitary life and seems to prefer it that way. Pessimistic and uninterested in trivial things like making friends. Lumina is a soft-spoken, polite young girl living with Romana and Sebastian up at the villa. Always prim and proper when she speaks to you, unless you give her the gift she likes the best. She gets really stoked about that. Her crush on you is somewhat obvious regardless of whether you're romancing her, running off if you've come knocking to announce your engagement to another single. One of the more interesting things about Lumina is getting to listen to her get better at piano as the time goes on with the game. You can routinely hear her practicing, and it's very clear before long that it definitely pays off. Just don't try to talk to her if she's practicing, though, because she is too in the zone to chat. Gustafa. Arguably one of the more unique characters in Forgotten Valley, Gustafa is the hippie bard who lives in the multicolored yurt down by the beach, spending his days sitting beneath the trees and playing his guitar. If he's not watching the ocean while he plays, he's usually off in the forest doing the exact same thing by the pond. Instead, rain or shine. Don't get us wrong, we know Rock is a real pain, but there is something hilariously charming about his overestimated sense of bravado and exaggerated personality. Even when he proposes to you, he asks for your hand in marriage by suggesting that your life would be complete if you could hang out with him all the time. Rock's charisma is so undeserved, it's hilarious, and that's because Rock doesn't do anything. Telling you early on he doesn't understand why everyone works all the time when they could just hang out instead. Don't worry that his parents are worried about his future, to the point his father says, "For better for worse, Rock is our son." Molly. The cute, adorable blonde working at the Bluebird Cafe in town, Molly is a city girl who, like you, has moved to Forgotten Valley for a quieter slice of life. When she's not behind the counter slinging coffees and snacks to her neighbors, she's often visiting the layover inn for dinner or headed off to the city for some kind of event she's sure to tell you all about when she gets back. Everyone's a sucker for a cute girl next door, and Cecilia is very literally is that to your former. Living just across the bridge on Vesta's farm, her family has long been friends with Vesta's and has moved to Forgotten Valley to help out on the farm, chase her passion for animals and plants. A seemingly permanent ray of sunshine, Cecilia is pretty much all smiles every time you talk to her, whether it's to buy seeds for your farm, to give her gifts, or just to say hey. And not only that, but she's also a really good sport if you don't choose her either. Despite that she's shown to have a crush on you if you exhibit an interest in Matthew, she goes out of her way to try to set the two of you up so you guys can be happy, even if she doesn't get her happy ending in the process. Cecilia is a cutie who makes a great friend and a wonderful wife for your wonderful life. I'm really interested to know what are your thoughts on Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life. I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments down below. I would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to turn on your post notifications so you don't miss out on any of my amazing, fantastic, wonderful, fun videos that I have to share. I upload new videos every Wednesday and Friday, and I don't want you to miss out on any of them. Thank you so much for watching my Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life thoughts and review on the game. I hope that it'll become one of your favorites and that you'll enjoy it just as much as I have. Don't forget to follow me on my social media. My Twitter is Comedy Addict. I love playing hashtag games and interacting with each and every one of you incredibly inspirational individuals. Your tweets mean the world to me, and I treasure every one of them. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Comedy Creation. I love to share book reviews, library hauls, and fantastic food photos. I would love it if you would check out my community tab here on my YouTube channel page. I share my latest video thumbnails as well as the links so that you don't miss any of my upcoming content that you've inspired me to create. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed my thoughts and review on Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life. I can't wait to see you in the next video, subbies. Until then, sensational smiles go for miles. Be sure to subscribe and stay a while. See you in the next video. Bye, subbies.